tempo for you to run the time that you are supposed to. I'm an 800 meter runner. I need to cross 400 at either 48, 49 when you are going for a world record. As an individual, it is so difficult for you to understand that your lap is going to be 49. So therefore you need a base setter. And if you look at the middle distance, the base setters are actually the best professionals. Because if you ask them that I need to run 25 seconds in 200 meters, they will give you exactly that. So that is the role of a base setter. It's very important, especially when you are going for a world record. As we have all seen, Eliud, we always talk about the best setters because that is their job. Talking about failures, and especially in terms of sports, I think most journalists, most senior journalists here knew the story of Wilfred Bungei in 2011 and 2012. I had a difficult time, and whenever I hear Eliud talking about family, I'm fortunate to be here with my wife, who was able to claim me. When I hear my friend Elias always, he likes to talk about beer. Okay, you would mention, not always, thank you for correcting me. But he would talk about that. On 20th of September this year, I celebrated 10 years of soberness and cleanliness. It is a role of a family that can be able to help you. But how do you handle failures? By accepting that I have failed, but I need to be up. Had I continued that journey, I'm sure that today I would not be here. I would be what Eliud was saying, when you go somewhere, we donate your whatever. I would not be alive. So, but it is a matter of accepting who you are and moving on. As I move through my life, I remain what we call Alcoholics Anonymous, AA member forever. I can never go back. I've accepted who I am. That is something very important. In terms of reporting for journalists, I'll put it differently this way. Writing a story of Eliud, Kipochoge, Wilfred, Bungei winning a race, everybody watched and they saw that they won, isn't it? That is not a story. I always say, go deeper. Try to understand. If you listen to, I do commentating for both in this country and outside the country. If you hear the commentators, they talk about the story of that person, what he does, what they do in their lives, how they grew up. That is the story that people want to hear, not about winning. They want to know, are they involved in a charity? When they were born, what is the level of their education? Who are they related to? Those are the stories that people want to hear. So that at the end of the day, the reporting doesn't become what everybody has already read. So that is the challenge to you, the journalist, so that you can build a brand as well for these same athletes. Because when you see their story, you are building a brand. We all know that Eliud, at one time, alikuwa anabeba maziwa, si ukweli? How did we get that story? Because you reported something. He is able to inspire many because we see that the kind of life that he had is not what he is, but because of the difficulties that he went through. And that's why he's here today. Thank you.
Thank you very much for sharing. Yes, go ahead.
Let me comment on something let me comment on Bungei and tell Bungei, thank you actually for standing. Thank you for accepting what has happened 10 years ago. When Bungei actually was really in deep alcohol, I visited Bungei at Medil Hospital. The same day, this lady actually delivered a child. The lady was actually on another bed. Bungei was another bed. It was actually, I visited both of them, and I'm happy that you are standing and you are an example of all the athletes that alcohol will break your career. So thank you very much, and I want to commend you. I've never met you to tell you thank you for what you have been doing. I think few people actually can stand and say, I have been down and now I am happy. So continue like that.
Sports Eye. Sports Eye. Sports Eye.
Sports Eye Kenya. Sports Eye.